Hey guys, it's Cody with Technology Highland. I'm sorry, I'm a bit stuffy today, but anyway, today's are that's what matters of the things that matter of the Samsung Galaxy Nexus 4G LTE. Let's get started. Okay, so some of you may still have this device. It's not actually all that old. It does have a 4.65-inch HD display, Super AMOLED, which you'll see here in a second. I think you can see like a bluish tint to that display. That's a Samsung Super AMOLED. It does have the contour display. Let's see if I can get it to show. Yeah. You'll see right there, you can see that kind of a slight curve. And that's the contour. It's not big enough to really notice a difference. So how does this compare to some of the other devices on the market nowadays? Or were on the market, or are on the market? First of all, this old phone, Samsung Droid Charge. It stands up great compared to it. The Droid Charge running Android 2.3.4, or maybe it's 2.3.6. 2.3.6. While this is straight from Google updates, Android 4.2.2. We're waiting to hear if it's going to be an Android 5 phone or not. I highly doubt it, but they are going to put out an Android 4.3 update just because this is still a Jelly Bean device. It lacks in software compared to the Note 2. Note 2 was released back in last year, November-ish, for Verizon, and runs TouchWiz Nature UI, while the Nexus runs stock Android, and this runs the old TouchWiz user interface, which you can kind of see. Compare the differences. This one's set up closer to this than this is. This is the Nexus right here. All of these have all but the Nexus have the physical buttons, which makes the Nexus my favorite, because you can be walking around, have it in your pocket, and not accidentally press a button. You can still accidentally hit this power button and the volume rocker, but there's no home button, back button, or menu button that you could accidentally hit. They got rid of the menu button on the Android 4 soft keys. They replaced it with this recent app button, like Android tablets have. The Note, however, they decided to keep the menu button, but instead of having all of them capacitive touch, they made the home button a big push button, just like iPhones. The Droid Charge, as you can see here, there's the physical home button. And yeah, you should go watch my Things That Matter over the Note. So, now, on to the battery, because I know most people here probably are like, so how's the battery? Well, it's a battery. I'm getting about 2 hours a day screen time with the extended 2100 milliamp battery. I'll show you a little screen. There's what it kind of looks like. It's thick. But on the bright side, it gets rid of the Samsung bulge down here that you can see right there on the Charge. And the Note doesn't have it, so. And this also does not have Gorilla Glass, so it is not going to be near as strong. This one actually has a Google Samsung glass. They call it reinforced glass. This phone is no longer available through the Google Play Store. I'm pretty sure you can still buy it. I know you can buy it off eBay. That's where I got mine. But it does have a slight Samsung hump on the back if you get the standard battery. I have the extended. It's just what came with it when I bought it. So yeah, phone runs stock Android and does have an LED notification right about here-ish. actually, but it will not be set up by default. You will need an app such as LightFlow. There will be a link in the description to get that. Sorry, my computer is now running on reserve power. Anyway, so yeah, you have the LightFlow app, and pretty much what this does is you can activate the LED thing, back, and this phone, the LED will not appear with the screen on, but there's the LED right there. It is a 3-color LED, so I'm gonna guess it's RGB, because that's pretty much what's showing up right now, is RGB colors. Stop that test. The camera, not a great camera. 5-megapixel camera, but it does shoot video quite nicely at 1080p display, or 1080p recording. Has a 720p display. 1 gig of RAM, which really isn't all that bad. The Note has, I think, 1.5 gigs of RAM. Its stock battery is a 1750 milliamp hour battery, which will last you probably about an hour if you're a heavy user. It has NFC, which is built straight into the battery, where you see near-field communication. Whereas on regular Samsung stock batteries, they do not have that. By the way, this is a battery for the Droid Charge. What else? LED flash. It has a barometer. I mean, it has the proximity light sensor. Okay, it has Samsung's version of a proximity sensor, which you'll see kind of more on the Note because it's a white display. Anyway, right there, it has an IR blaster and an IR receiver. Not for changing televisions or any of that, but pretty much what that's good for, proximity sensor. When it hits something, it will bounce off back into it, enabling something like that. This does not have any cool Samsung features just because it is a Nexus device and is stock Android. Which, I mean, could be a good thing, could be a bad thing. So now for network antennas. On this device, I'm not getting great reception. Whereas on my Note, you can see the 4-bar, you'll see 2-bar signal for 4G LTE. Both of these are 4G LTE devices on Verizon Wireless Network. There is an GSM HSPA Plus Galaxy Nexus, and there is a white version of that one. There's no white, just LTE network, so you're stuck with this gray. I mean, I like it. It has the pogo pins, but the docks are ridiculously overpriced just because they quit making them. I want you to subscribe. One more thing before I do that. Samsung's known for these flimsy back covers. As long as you're not one of these people that just takes it off, pulls it, puts it back on, takes it back off, puts it back on, over and over again, it will be perfectly fine. So, its speaker's not the greatest speaker in the world. My Note has great sound compared to the Nexus. It has great call quality, too. So this has been Things That Matter, Samsung Galaxy Nexus Edition. Stay tuned for more Things That Matter. The next one will be over the Droid Charge, the older device. First, before we go, you can see that this is a longer, narrower, and thinner device than the Droid Charge, whereas the Note just kind of beats it in hugeness. But the Note is thinner, so that's quite a good idea. Just to know about this, the Note, $200 Verizon Wireless now. I don't even think you can still buy this from Verizon, but I bought mine for $150 on eBay. and it's pretty much like new except for this one little crack, not crack, but chip out of it. I got this droid charge for about 40 bucks on eBay. She may be going for sale. I'll put links to the eBay ad thingamabob in the description if she ever goes on sale, and that will be on this little guy's video. So now I just kind of want to tell you, I've decided that I kind of want to name my devices, just so I don't have to like keep just calling them the Nexus or such. The note, this guy's name is Paco. It's kind of ironic. He's white. don't call me racist just for saying that. I sold Brittany. Brittany was a Motorola Droid Razor. You may see her in some of my other videos. Christine here. This is Christine. I just wanted to introduce you to these devices because, I mean, you're gonna hear me refer to them more often as their names. I have an original Motorola Droid A855. Her name is Autumn. I have a BlackBerry Curve 8330. His name's Caleb. Just a second. My little Nexus 7 here. It's massive compared to everything. This little guy. It's Asus Nexus 7. His name is Romeo. This little guy. Actually, I think I'm going to switch their names. This is going to be Juliet. Wants me to connect my charger. And this is Romeo. So you can see Romeo and Juliet together. Paco and Christine. Paco is just kind of like, no, don't sit on me. Anyway, this has been Things That Matter, Samsung Galaxy Nexus Edition. I want you to like down below, subscribe, post any questions you have about these devices down there below, down in the comment section. I'll put links to my channels, my other Things That Matter videos, all that down there below in the description as well. I'll post a link to the specs from Google Play down there into the description. I mean, this will be for the HSPA Plus. I may put a link for Verizon for this phone, so you can see this phone specs exactly. I'll post a link to the LightFlow app on the Google Play Store, and the Amazon link to where you can buy the extended battery for this device, eBay link to the search, all that down there below, my website, which actually I'm going to put right around here-ish, somewhere on the screen. I want to thank y'all for watching my video. Like the video down below, subscribe to my channel, it should be somewhere down there-ish, and check out my website. I want y'all to have a nice day, evening, night, whatever it is while you're watching this. So, thanks for viewing.